Hi everyone. So a couple weeks ago I recorded a video on how to meditate with crystals for beginners. And so now I'm going to give you guys a little bit more of an advanced technique. I do recommend for this one that I'm about to share that of course, always make sure that your crystals, their energy has been cleared. But I do also recommend that you clear your own energy. So the energy of your aura, either by passing a selenite stick through it on all four sides or smudging yourself with sacred smoke. And of course, whenever you're doing any kind of spiritual or energy work, it's always recommended that you do that in a space that has been cleared. So it doesn't mean you have to do like a whole bunch of woo-woo juju before you do this, but do be mindful of your energy and of the energy of the space you're in, because that always has an impact on your experience, either positive or negative. So without further ado, grab your crystal. You can choose which hand to hold your crystal in. I always recommend that you hold it in your receptive hand, so your non-dominant hand, because it's typically more sensitive to energy. And it doesn't matter what kind of crystal you use, what size, what shape. Every crystal has a key. A key. And what I mean by a key is there's a particular spot with that crystal when you're holding it, when you connect with it and fuse with it with your own energy, it brings you into the heart and the spirit of the crystal. So how to find that key? As I said, it can be with any shape or size crystal. I've got this gorge piece of hemimorphite here, which is great for psychic ability. And rotate your crystal in your receptive hand. Just sort of move it around and look for a handhold that feels comfortable, feels right, that just sort of fuses almost with the shape of your hand. Like you finally land there and you're like, yeah, that's the spot. Boom, right there, all of a sudden, whoop, and I just found it. So right here, this is the spot. And oftentimes you'll connect with it with your thumb, through your thumb. But sometimes it can also be in connecting with that spot with your palm chakra. So always choose to follow your intuition and what feels good, what feels right with crystals. Don't let your head get into this too much, because your head will trip you up every time. Your head wants to figure out how to do it perfectly. That's kind of like a river flowing and trying to figure out how to flow perfectly. Don't try to figure it out, just flow. So experiment with this. Find your crystal key, which I've found. And now close your eyes and take a couple of deep breaths just to bring yourself into a place of center. And in the beginner technique that I shared, it's all about allowing the crystal energy to flow in to your system and to affect or alter your state of being. In this particular technique, what I'm now going to share is how to flow into your crystal, thus altering or affecting your state of being. So with your eyes closed, that energy is flowing in, you've made your connection with your crystal key, with your crystal heart. Now imagine that your energy is traveling down through your arm, okay, with your awareness, into the crystal in your hand. So let your energy, and again, do this with your imagination. The imagination is the gateway. Our energy always responds to our imagination. That's part of how visualization works. So just let your awareness travel down and into your crystal. And come into the center of your crystal. And every experience is going to be different. Don't try to force it. If you find that you're experiencing any kind of resistance or challenge, just let this be part of your process right here. And there I just came in. And so you'll find yourself in the center of the etheric crystalline matrix of your crystal. And you may actually see that around you, especially if you're visual or if you're clairvoyant. You may feel it, it may just be a sense. And as you let yourself settle into that place, you'll likely meet with either the crystal's consciousness or even the crystal's spirit. That may take on the shape of a being, especially for those of you who have a strong connection to the Devic or fairy realm. You may very well see a crystal deva or fairy in the center of that crystal. Always approach with respect and politeness and receptivity. And from there, it's anybody's game. You may experience a healing. You may receive teachings and guidance. You may journey, spirit journey to other realms, other dimensions. You may channel, or you may just vibe in your crystal's consciousness, which is also amazing. And this is where you can really start to get deeper into crystal work and your connection to crystal wisdom and consciousness by doing this style of meditation. So I recommend that you give it a shot. I would love for you guys to share in the comments what you've experienced, what crystals you've worked with, and of course you're always welcome to DM me or email me at krista@krista-mitchell.com if you have any questions. Enjoy your crystal journey.